well below the microwave region. We're talking about the radio wave region. We're talking about the same kind of the waves of radiation that have wavelengths of 1 or 2 meters long between the peaks of between the troughs and the peaks of the spectrum. It is the kind of radiation that we use to carry signals. So if you turn on an AM radio in this room, you'll start to hear sounds coming out of it because there are AM radio waves in this room. The reason we use that frequency to carry the sound is because there's very little in any kind of matter that interacts with it. So it tends to not get interfered with as they're broadcasting it. It tends to come through walls relatively easily. And so very low energy, long wavelength light is a good way to do communications. Most of our communications I had a friend who had a son-in-law who was in the Coast Guard, and he was stationed in the desert, in the middle of the desert in Nevada. So what the heck is the Coast Guard doing in the middle of the desert in Nevada? There's no water there. It doesn't even rain there. And it turns out that's where they have one of their biggest communication stations to communicate with submarines. Because in order to get the signal to go through the ocean, to go through the water and penetrate down to where the submarine is, you need incredibly long wavelengths of light. And they have these special stations set up near the coast, but not on the coasts, in order to be able to do that. And so that's why he was there. In any case, what you have in terms of the nucleus of some elements is a really, really tiny energy gap. And if you want to match that energy gap with the frequency of light, you need to use very, very low frequencies of light, very low energy beams of light, which essentially are the radio wave. So that's what NMR works with. NMR, as I said, stands for nuclear magnetic resonance. This